and last week my ex-girlfriend ran me over. You're probably wondering what terrible thing I did to make Ruth want to mow me down. I guess you could say that it's complicated, but I'm going to tell you my side of the story. Ruth was the new girl at my school, and I thought she was cute, sweet, and seemed really nice. We started off as friends, and I introduced her to my crowd. Soon we were hanging out all the time, and I found myself crushing on her badly. At first, I kept my feelings secret from her because she had a boyfriend from her old school. Also, I didn't want to ruin our friendship as she was an awesome friend. She helped me with the essay I was struggling with, gave me great advice when I was worried about my career options, and she made me a get well card when I was stuck at home with the flu. Everything carried on as normal. Ruth and I stayed friends. I kept my crush hidden from her, and I didn't tell anyone about it. Our relationship changed when Ruth ended things with her boyfriend. I turned up at her house with ice cream and a cheesy movie in an attempt to cheer her up. She wouldn't stop crying, and I was kind of confused. I mean, she was the one who ended it with him, so I didn't understand why she was so upset. "Ruth, what's wrong?" I asked her. "Nothing." She chewed on her lip. "Come on, I know you, Ruth. Something's up. Something you haven't told me?" She hesitated, and then looked away from me. "I ended things with him because I like someone else, and I'm worried he doesn't like me back, and I'll ruin everything." Ruth liked someone else. That hurt. That hurt a lot. It was then that I realized just how badly I liked her. "You did the right thing, Ruth." I rubbed her arm. "Any boy would be lucky to have you." "I don't know." She shook her head. "I think this boy I like just sees me as a friend." I started freaking out in my head even more. I went through all the boys in our friendship circle in my head, wondering if it was any of them she liked. "Harry, it's you. I like you." She nervously smiled at me. Relief washed over me. Then all I felt was happiness. "Ruth, I like you too, and I have done for ages. I just didn't want to say anything because you had a boyfriend, and I also didn't want to scare you off and lose you as a friend." "You'll never lose me as a friend, silly." She play hit my arm. So, that's how Ruth became my girlfriend, and everything was amazing. At least for the first few months, but then things began to change. It was the little things at first, but then these little things soon became big things. Such as she didn't like me talking to other girls, and she once ignored me for a whole day because I commented on a picture my female friend had put online of her new puppy. One time, she even went through my phone when I left it on the lunch table and deleted some girls from my social media. I got to the point where I felt like I had no escape from her. My friends were her friends too, so I couldn't even hang out with them without her. It just got all too much, and I realized that being with Ruth was making me miserable, and I had to end our relationship. She was driving me home from school when I just came out with it. "I'm sorry, Ruth, but I'm not happy with you, and I don't want to be your boyfriend anymore." She stopped the car and then burst into tears. I felt terrible, but I also felt relieved. She went from upset to mad and started accusing me of cheating on her. I told her I hadn't cheated on her, and I just preferred it when we'd been just friends. She was so angry and was shouting abuse at me. I'd had enough, so I got out of the car and started walking home. I heard the car before I saw it. I stopped walking and turned around, and there Ruth was, driving straight for me. I tried to move out of the way, but I couldn't get any closer to the hedge. There was a thud, and I ended up on the bonnet of her car. Luckily, she hadn't been going too fast, and I only ended up with a bruised leg and a sprained wrist. Ruth was really apologetic, but I didn't want to hear it. After all, she could have killed me. I didn't want to tell the police, as I didn't want to be the reason for her getting into trouble and ruining her life. My parents knew that something was up, though, so in the end I told them what Ruth had done. They were horrified and immediately rang up Ruth's parents. She is now seeing a therapist, and I really hope that they help her. I'm glad that I told my parents what happened, because if I hadn't told them and Ruth hurt someone else, I would have felt terrible about it.